This short patrol canine video is working a dog on a burglary location. Watch how the dog reacts to the scent pool of the possible entry point. Big strong head pop to the location, he spins, establishing a direction of travel, and he finds the exit trail out. The command to search needs to be given as soon as that dog seems to pick up that odor of that scent pool. He needs to know that that's what he has to trail. The handler's done it. He's being nice and patient, letting his dog work out of the area and getting out all the way to the end of the lead. I would only recommend that the handler allow all the lead out before starting to move. It's important that the handler has situational awareness at all times. He has to anticipate where the dog might go as the dog's moving in that direction. This corner is a perfect example. The handler has to anticipate that the dog might make that turn, pie around the corner, and choke up on the lead all at the same time. He has to do this without impacting the dog's movement or scenting capability. We do this for officer safety purposes, safety of the canine, and also safety of any civilians in the area. Notice how the canine's hugging the building very, very tightly. He's in good odor, but then begins to come off right here. Circles around, head up, he's looking, and then quickly goes right back to the building. What happened is he went from a relatively good scent source of the moss on the ground to almost bare concrete. He's having to find the odor directly up against the building and in the nooks and crannies. He wasn't anticipating that coming off the soft surface of the moss. When working concrete, it's very often that the scent has a tendency to stick right up against the walls of the buildings and in the corners, and it's very, very obvious by reading this dog's body language that this is where he's detecting the odor. This section is actually really important to watch. You're going to see the dog's reaction to an article that was left behind the subject. He doesn't detect it coming in, but watch what he does as soon as he passes it. Quick head pop, goes back to check, and then goes right back to the trail. It's important to consider this because what the dog is doing is paying more attention to the subject he's looking for than the article. And in the beginning, when we're first starting trailing, this is what we want to push for. We want a dog more interested in the subject than the articles. We can always come back to the articles and create an ID, but in the beginning, when we're first starting the dog, we want a dog focused on the prey. Notice how the dog peels off right after the scent article. This is primarily due to the fact that the article itself is creating copious quantities of odor and spreading them out in a fairly large scent pool. The dog will come off and work that scent pool and then have to come back to the trail. It also allowed the dog to get slightly distracted over in the corner. It's important to recognize the body language of your dog as it relates to articles that were touched or handled by the subject of your search. When you can recognize that body language, you can create identifications later on. But more importantly, if your dog bypasses them, by recognizing that body language, you can know what to go back and check or what to mark as you're continuing your search. The amazing thing about this dog in this particular trail is this dog had never worked hard surfaces prior to this day and has only been trailing for 2 days.